Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. Hope you're having a fantastic day. The Galaxy Z Fold 6, we've been hearing a lot about this phone recently within the last couple and few weeks, months even, and I wanted to go through everything that we know thus far because I think it's important to do this, and this stuff will change. Some of this will be incorrect, some of it will be correct, some of it is rumor. So I wanted to go through all of that with you guys right now. First of all, the display, 7.6 inch and 6.3 inch, might be 6.2 inch, 120 hertz on both, 7:6 aspect ratio on the main display, 22:9 aspect ratio on the other display. And both of them are supposed to have higher resolutions. We don't know how much higher resolution, might be a little, might be a lot. I assume it's just gonna be a slightly incremental higher resolution, meaning more pixels per inch, meaning the displays will just look better in general. Now, about those displays, we're thinking, and we kind of know some of this stuff, bigger, wider, brighter, anti-reflective displays. Why? Because we know it's gonna be bigger and wider because of the dimensions, which you can see at the very bottom of this. And then also the fact that the displays generally year over year get brighter. So I expect the same thing to happen with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, and then anti-reflective displays. They had it in the Ultra version. I think they'll have it if the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Ultra both come out. It might not have the anti-reflective displays. It might go over to the Ultra version of the Z Fold 6. I still feel like we're gonna get anti-reflective displays on here. 2000 nits brightness, which would be higher than the previous generation. This is kind of a rumor right there. We don't know fully what the nits are gonna be. Could be a little bit lower, could be a little bit higher, could be exactly this. I do expect it to be more nits in terms of its brightness higher than the previous generation. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for the processor is a complete given. We know this. It's already been rumored to be this anyway, and the very strong rumors at that. RAM, 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, not completely sure which. Man, if this Ultra phone comes out, it's probably gonna be 12 gigs on these ones and then 16 gigs on the Ultras, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see 16 gigs on the 1 terabyte version of this phone, so that's why I'm gonna throw in 12 and 16. Storage, 256, 512 and 1 terabyte. I think that's a pretty much given. That's what they've been doing every single year. I don't think they're gonna cut out the 256 just yet. So I think you'll see 256, 512 and 1 terabyte on the storage. As for the cameras, I think we're gonna see the same cameras that we saw last year and the year before that on these phones, which would be 50 megapixel, 12 megapixel, and 10 megapixel for those cameras. Nothing to write home about, but fairly solid cameras in general, not the best that Samsung has to offer. Thinner and lighter, we should see that with no problem, meaning the body itself, it is gonna be thinner, it is gonna be lighter. Again, that is at the bottom of the page. You can see that right down there. Titanium frame, if I'm not mistaken, we have heard about this as well, that it will have a titanium frame, just like the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So shouldn't be any big surprise. Bigger cooling system, again, not really a bigger surprise. Generally, the cooling system built into the phone is bigger year over year. It was bigger on the S24 series. Expect to see that same carryover to the Z Fold 6 for better performance, better gaming, and better prolonged performance as well, as the phone needs to use more processing power. Next bit of information would be the S Pen support. Now, if the Z Fold 6 Ultra has S Pen support, there's a chance the Z Fold 6 might not. I still think it will, but there's rumors that one of the Z Fold 6, definitely the FE, when and if that comes out, won't have S Pen support, but I kind of expect the Z Fold 6 and Fold 6 Ultra to have Pen support. AI integration, again, obviously it's in 6.1, it's gonna have the AI integration, shouldn't be coming as any surprise for that. 4400 milliamp battery, that's what Ice Universe just told us used recently, and that's what we can expect with that, which is the same battery size as the Z Fold 5. 25 watt wired and 15 watt wireless. Definitely we know on the wired charging, that's what they're going to use. Ice Universe confirmed that, and I can't imagine they're going to go higher than 15 watt wireless. They haven't on any other phones recently, and they won't do that on the Z Fold 6 either. 7 years of OS updates, which is pretty much given, especially with what they're doing with the S24 series. Expect for that a lot of the same carryover with this phone as well. 239 grams in weight, which would be lighter than last year's Z Fold 5, and put it in line with the black version of the OnePlus Fold phone. 5.6 millimeters unfolded thickness and 12.1 millimeters folded thickness. That's what you can expect with that. And yeah, just, you know, the phone's gonna be, and I've said it before, in a few ways it'll be upgraded, in some ways it'll be a level playing field with the Z Fold 5, and then in other ways it's time they upgraded and they're not upgrading and it's a bit of a disappointment. I think overall, if this is the only Fold that comes to most countries, the Fold 6, and meaning like say we don't get the Fold 6 Ultra and this is what we got, is a bit of a wider display and anti-reflective display potential, that much of a difference, and you know, a faster processor, which it's already pretty fast on the Z Fold 5, a titanium frame, you know, maybe a little bit more RAM. Is it worth the upgrade? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe that bigger display is going to feel, the wider display is going to feel a lot different. But right now, when I just stare at this, I'm not like, oh God, that's a must-have upgrade. And I know a lot of you feel in the same way. I see it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.